Hey guys, welcome to day 4 tutorial for Node Express. In the last tutorial, we learned about the get request with params and then the difference between the params and the query that we use, the response status, and updating our Swagger docs. So on day 4, we'll be using the get request again with the ID. Then we'll filter out the data, the employee data, and validate our request. And if we are able to find that employee, we are send the response back to the uh, and we'll send the response back. So let's get started. So moving to the code, and this is where we ended last time. So let me start this npm start, and let me see. So right, last time what we did is whatever we enter in our terms, we get that as a response back. Hello triple two. This is where we ended our last tutorials. So in this tutorial, now what we're going to do is we will be getting our request of employee ID. We'll be matching this employee ID with my data, whether my employee exists or not. If it exists, I'll send the response back with the complete set of the employee available with the name and designation of that employee. Okay, so let me comment this out as of now. And now here I'm going to use some array methods for finding out the data. So if you go to Google and type array method in JavaScript and go to this Mozilla, and here you find some of the methods available: find, filter, fill, last index. So you can go through it. So I'll be using the find method. So what this find method will do is it will search for the data into the array, and where it find the first occurrence of it will return the um, that particular value to us. Okay, so now in our case we already importing the data in this data file. Okay, so now what I'll going to do is, since this is an array of objects, so I'll write data dot find, and then I'll be using employee, passing an employee as a parameter, and then I'll be comparing. When I say employee, it means it's going to pass this particular object inside it, and then I'll be using emp id. Is it equal to the request that I'm receiving from the that I'm getting as a request? So I'll pass this. So what it will do is it will go into this, it will find that particular employee whether it exists or not. Suppose I find type as employee as 5 times 1, and it finds the data, it will send the first occurrence of it. So it finds it here, it will return this back to us. So let me save that into a variable and try to console this so that I can show to you guys. So let me do this quickly and I save this. Somehow my node is taking time to restart, not sure why. I'll look into it. So let me restart it back. And now I'll go to my Swagger UI again. I'll try it out. And suppose I type 5 times 1 and I execute this. Now here you see it consoles the John Cena for me here and with the name and designation. So it returns me this particular result set. So let me try a different one just to be sure that it's working for the other ones as well. I type 5 times 2. And if I go back, I got Virat Kohli. Okay. So I'm getting the response back. So once I get the response, get the data filtered out. So what I'll do is I'll make sure, because I have to validate the data. Suppose uh, it is returns nothing. It returns undefined. Suppose an employee does not exist. Suppose if I type as a employee something which does not exist. So let me do that as well. I type something which does not exist. It gives me undefined. So what I'll do is, if I'll put a not of employee, if not of employee, then I'll do as response dot status. I'll pass it as 404 dot send as uh, employee not found. Let's look into this. Cancel this again and start it. I'm sorry guys, somehow I don't know why it's not working the normal, but I'll look into it and I'll try it, and I'll let me see if it works. I'll execute this and it says employee not found. Okay, and else what I'll do is response or status as 200, and I'll return the employee, the first which I printed out. I'll return that. I'll return employee. Let me save this and start it. If I type 5 times 1, let's see, it returns me John Cena. If I type, it returns me Virat Kohli. And if I type, it returns me Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's filtering out on the basis of the parameter value which I'm looking for. Okay, so this is how we can use our params to filter out our records and send the correct response back to the server. Okay, and let me also show you one more example of a array method, which is filter. So in this case, as I told, find is always return the first occurrence. Filter is going to filter out the data into the complete set. Suppose if my Virat Kohli occur two times. Okay, suppose I copy and pasted it here, and I save this. And let me do one thing. Let me comment this out and put there a filter method. Put a filter, so it will look for into the complete array, and wherever it finds that particular employee id, it returns the complete set. So just put a filter and let's see how it works now. So let me cancel this again and start it. um let me type 2345, execute. You see I got two responses now. So this is how you can use your params. And it's not like means, if suppose it's not always like you have to put everything as a get request in a url. You can also use body if you want. So what body will do is it will read from the body of uh, the request. So I'll cover that in the next tutorial along with my put request or post request. I'll cover that body part as well. So yeah, that's for the day today. I'll going to stop this video. If you like it, so please do subscribe my channel, and do often visit webtails.in. And if you go here in web programming, you will find all my tutorials being defined here. So whenever you want, you can go and watch it. Thanks guys, thanks for your time. Have a nice day. Bye.